If you're a beginner lash artist and if you're struggling with something new and you want to be different than the rest of the beginners lash artists, here is a video that it's going to be for you. I'm not the type of person that I use primer for every single client just because, you know, primer is based on alcohol. So the more primer you do, the more you're going to damage the natural lash. You know, the beauty of doing lashes, I always say this, guys, the beauty of doing lashes is that you can be creative. You can do whatever you want. Hey guys, we'll be right back to this episode in just a couple seconds. I want you to let you know that this episode is sponsored by Limit Lashes Academy and my training classes. If you are looking to start or grow your lash business, mastering your classic, volume, wispy, or any other techniques, or becoming a lash trainer, I invite you to my newest Lash Pro Masterclass. You can sign up for free by visiting www.lashpromasterclass.com. And I can't wait to see you on the other side. Now let's go back to the episode. Hi everyone, my name is Cosmina with Limit Lashes. I'm a certified lash artist and also I'm a lash trainer and international speaker. And in this video, guys, it was so requested and I said I have to do this video for you guys. If you're a beginner lash artist and if you're struggling with something new and you want to be different than the rest of the beginners lash artists, here is a video that it's going to be for you. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to create the most beautiful, natural, and simple set that you can create even if you are just at the beginning. It's going to be wispy classic using a combination of length but working only with classic. You don't have to involve any volume, you don't have to involve any volume fans or anything like that. So keep an eye on here because I'm going to do a live on the mat. Okay guys, so I think we are ready for the set. So what I have here is a brush, one of the spoolie because I'm going to show you something for the spikes. We have the primer, we have the faster glue from Limit Lashes. I have two colors because I'm going to differentiate the length. I have the lashes which are 0.10. I also put some glue. I have the gel pads and a strip lashes to apply. And obviously I have my pair of tweezers. One is for picking, one is for isolation. And let's get started. So first I'm going to start with the gel pads. And once I'm going to do the application, I'm going to go closer to the eyes so you can see better. I really like those foam tapes because they get so easy and they stick very good. Not like the other gel pads that they stick really hard. And I'm gonna go just like this. Okay, that's better. And then I'm gonna use a pair of strip lashes. And I think I'm just going to do one eye for right now, just because I want you guys to see better, and I'm gonna go closer with the camera. Okay, so now the next step for me, I'm going to use a little primer just because I wanted to have the glue, to grab the glue a little bit better. And also, I'm not the type of person that I use primer for every single client just because, you know, primer is based on alcohol. So the more primer you do, the more you're going to damage the natural lashes. It depends how it's the pH of the natural lash. But if you have a client with like very oily skin, then it's recommended to use the primer just because you want to open the cuticle and to open the follicle of the natural lash. And the glue is gonna work way better. So now I'm going to start my mapping. I'm going to create an open and a simple eye. I usually like to map in, out, center. And then this I'm going to split in a few sections. But always make sure the sections are going to be split even. Okay, and then what I usually do, I pick one lash and measure the natural lash. Obviously it's a mannequin, we don't really care, but let's say the natural lash is somewhere around 10 millimeters. So for the spikes, you can go up to 2 or 3 millimeters. just because you want to see the difference. And then with the shorter lashes on the bottom, you're going to stay at least 2-3 millimeters down. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to map the spikes, which is going to be 13, 13, 12, 11, 10, 12, 11, 10. That's going to be my spike. And then on the bottom, I'm going to stay with double classic. That means 2 lashes picked together with same 0.10. So if my spike is 13, my double is gonna be 10. 10, 9, 8, 7. 9, 8, 7. And let's get started. I didn't go with the lines all the way down because I not able to see my lashes anymore. So I usually keep the numbers up and keep the lines on the top. So now I'm gonna go closer with the camera. Okay, so first thing first, I'm going to isolate one natural lash. And I'm going to start with my spikes first, which they're going to be 2 to 3 lashes attached together. And when you do the spikes, guys, you don't have to do every single lash. You only do about 50%, 30%, 40% coverage. So that means you're going to do one, you're going to skip 4, 5, 6 lashes, and then you do another one. And then in between, you're going to fill all of them with double classic, same but short. I really like this set and I'm going to share with you why. First of all, you're going to have 2-3 lashes. The base of the extension, it's going to click way better on the natural lash. And the retention, what I realize on my clients, the retention is going to be way better than just classic itself. And I want to see those spikes nice and clean and symmetric. Always give them a check with a little mirror underneath so you can see where the spikes are placed. If you are right from the beginning, guys, it's extremely important for you to work with the correct glue, meaning either faster or either slower. If you're at the beginning, I usually recommend to work with a slower glue and make sure you stay there at least 3-4 seconds. So for example, once you're here on the natural lash on the base, you hold 1, 2, 3 and then slowly let it go. And don't play with the lash anymore. Don't move the lash anymore. This is one of the mistakes that a lot of lash artists, a lot of beginners do. They touch the extensions right after they were applied, or they go and brush right away. No, just let them there, let them stick, because they still have a couple more seconds until the glue is dry. So look how clean and how neat. And then I'm going to use a few shorter. And then I go back to the other corner. And then at the end, once you check everything, you're going to realize if you're missing one spike or if something doesn't look correct or something doesn't look nice. Just take the spike off and apply a new one. So for me right now, they are all very nice and symmetric. And at the end, guys, if you want the spikes to stay still and stay all of them nice and close, there is a new product that they came out with for spikes to stay close. It's called gel for spikes. Or you can also use some regular super bonder or some water just to keep the spikes close. So look how beautiful my spikes are looking right now. So for example, if I want my spikes to look more close, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use a little bit of water. That's just a plain water. And I'm going to touch and close my spikes. So all of them are staying nice and neat. Or like I said, you can use the fix gel that is made for spikes. And take a look how beautiful they are looking right now. And you can even see, you can even fix if there is anything that you have to fix. Okay, and now in between, you're going to do the same thing, but 3 millimeters shorter. So if I have 13 here, then my short one is going to be 10. And same situation, you're going to pick 2 to 3 lashes. And you can see the difference in between. At the end, it's going to look extremely beautiful with a lot of texture. And like I said, guys, this is something that you can do right away, even if you're just at the beginning. But make sure you map your eyes correctly. You can do this even if you create an eyeliner effect, even if you create cat effect, or even if you create doll effect. It doesn't matter what type of style you do, you can use this mapping. And what I always recommend to my students is to work each section a little bit, just because that way you're going to give time to your actual application to dry. Because think about something, if you go right next to each other, they're going to get stuck right away, because like I said earlier, the glue, it's still going to work. The glue, it's still going to cure for a couple more minutes. So look how full already looks and how beautiful the texture is. The beauty of doing lashes, I always say this, guys, the beauty of doing lashes is that you can be creative. You can do whatever you want. Okay, and then you keep going. And make sure your direction and your placement, it's done correctly, clean and neat. This is very, very important in order for you to see a beautiful result at the end. And take a look how beautiful they look already. And then you keep going. And then you come back and you do in between. If you feel that the glue is not dry enough, you can always push the lash back, just so you don't lose the lash. For example, if you let the lash to go too fast and the lash is turning, just push it back, because you want everything to stay nice, clean and neat. And look how beautiful, guys. Imagine in a real life. This is something that I've been doing a lot, because it's very natural for people that they don't want drama and they don't want anything like volume. And like I said, the most important is that even if you're at the beginning, you're going to be able to create something like this. Or if you want to be a little bit more, you can just use classic as a spike and then double on the bottom. You can combine the way you want. Okay, and then at the end, do the same thing, just to keep the lashes closed. And here is the final look. super beautiful and super neat. Okay guys, I just finished the set. I hope you enjoyed this set, and let me know in the comments if you are going to try this set and what else you want me to film for the next video. And where are you in your journey right now? Are you a beginner lash artist or you are more advanced? Don't go anywhere because I'm going to play a different video right here, and we'll see you guys in the next video.